Let the dollar circulate. Let the dollar circulate. Circulate, 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 circulate.
What's going on, guys? It's Gary Thomas with HHB Media, and I'm sitting on the white couch with the fantastic, very talented, amazing Reyna Joy Banks, who's not only a background dancer for so many amazing artists such as Usher and Beyonce, but now a CEO of not one but two companies, an author, an actress, and a list of things that are beyond
too much.
We can explain. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm great. Blessed. Thank you for having me.
So let's dive right into
Yes.
talking about the career. You started touring at 13.
Yeah, no, 13 as a faith-based dancer. So I started touring at 13, doing faith-based work as a solo dancer. Kind of, they call it praise dancing, but I jumped out of that box. I went straight into using my technique in jazz, ballet, contemporary, all that, and literally took it to the kingdom. And so that's how that started at 13. And then literally pressing my way through at 17, I started dancing for Usher.
So, well, first of all, you're from Rancho Cucamonga. So opportunities like that probably were a little bit more plentiful than most other dancers. How did that come about? Like Usher, Beyonce, just a number of the top artists.
Yeah, so the funny thing about Usher is my sister was in the entertainment industry as an actress, model. She definitely cannot dance whatsoever. But from her connections, and it's funny because I started doing Soul Train with her at like 15 years old, back in the day when Shamar Moore was hosting it and all that.
Yeah.
So that's, I know, scary. I know. I remember my outfits and it was terrible, just terrible. But we started there, and well, I started there. And so she introduced me to so many great people, like Herb the Entertainer, like all these people from back then that's still relevant to this day. And one of the, I can't remember his name, but one of the guys that was always at Soul Train, helped with the casting for Soul Train and stuff for the dancers and all that, he was talking with my sister, and she's like, yeah, my sister's, she's a dancer, you know, she's the one that comes on Soul Train with me. And he's like, oh, but does she like dance? And she's like, yeah, she does. Like, she dances, like dances. And he was like, oh, really? He's like, okay. And so she showed him some of my stuff, whatever. And he's like, hey, we have a shoot coming up with Usher. Let's book her on it and see how she does. And literally from there, my career just went. I was underage, of course, so I did, my first job with him was the Yeah video. And yeah, exactly. yeah. And so I was like on that set kind of like, oh my gosh, what's happening right now? Like, am I really here? Like, it was just weird because it just happened. It wasn't that I was trying. I just loved dance. I didn't even see myself like doing it big in the business. I just wanted to dance. And so it was almost like God took that fire and that passion, the pure passion, and said, because she's going to be faithful with it, let me show her what I can do, you know? And so I just kept training, started dancing with him. Could only do local stuff because I was under the age of 18, of course.
So how many times, were there other videos or just?
Other shows and just that video. And then from there, I went away to college, and I went to Cal State University of Fullerton. I was going to go to New World Performing Arts College. Juilliard was an option, and then I was like, no to Juilliard because they're too serious. They're not happy people. And so as soon as I walked into that place, I was turned off. So I said no to that. My mom was like, thank you, God. Then I went to Miami and loved New World Performing Arts College, and that was the place I was going to go. I was like, this is it. This is where I'm going. I went away to my senior trip in Cancun, and I just called my mom crying, I don't want to go to Florida. I want to stay in California.
Because you were away.
So she called Fullerton right away and said, she'll take it. They got my apartment and everything right away. Got back, went there. She's like, thank you, Jesus. And that was the year, actually, that all those hurricanes hit Florida. And that's the one place I have no family. So my mom was like, thank you, Jesus.
So right on time.
Right. So pretty much from there, went away to school, and kept dancing. I was a dance, rated TV and film major. I signed with my agency, Trio Talent, my sophomore year of college. I promised God, though, if I signed with him, if he got me the opportunity, I would not put school on the back burner. So literally, when I say I turned down major jobs, I turned down major.
You didn't turn down Beyonce?
Beyonce was after college.
Oh, okay.
Beyonce was in 2011. Shaka Khan was 2012. Toni Braxton was 2010. BBD and Neo were 2009. It was the year we did the BET Awards, when he did that like remix thing with all like the different artists or whatever.
Okay.
But literally all by the grace of God. Like I did Victoria's TV show. I've done I started choreographing and creative directing for Dietrich Haddon, his movie A Beautiful Soul. His choir LXW, their features on the Preachers of LA, the first 2 seasons. The openings or whatever, that's my choreography. Celebration of Gospel, Kiera Shear, Trumpet Blows, her first music video. Was blessed to choreograph that. Molly Music. God has just, it went from like Usher days to like boom.
Wait a minute. So let's go back because
Yes.
You're here with Usher and Beyonce, and you're here with Kier, and I love Kiki, but Kiki is not no dancer. So let's talk about how, the plethora of talent that you've dealt with.
Yes.
The Queen and those who are not gifted in dance. What's that like for you being on these different sets?
Man, let me tell you, the one thing I have to say, first of all, Beyonce is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And you did Run the World with her.
Run the World with her. Video, Billboard Awards, all that stuff.
You were in the Billboard Awards for
Yes,
it?
there
Wait
was
a minute.
hundreds.
That's like one of her biggest performances. That's when she was honored.
Yep. Yeah.
You were in that performance?
Yes,
like
I was. One of the lead dancers. I was one of her main dancers in that season. I was like 4 months worth of work with her. And let me tell you, that woman is amazing. And I say that because there's not a lot of artists that treat dancers like they matter. Mm-hmm. Most people treat dancers like we're the bottom of the barrel, period. That's just how even though they don't realize that dancer makes or breaks somebody's show.
Right.
You see when the artist is running across the stage back and forth, they have no dancers, they're wearing themselves out looking a hot mess. There's no production quality, right?
Right.
But then you see the people like Beyonce and Usher and Chris and all these people, Gaga, that understand that without dancers, what is my show? You know what I mean? They know how to put on productions. Their team gets it. So with B, and something that people don't know, she trained like 4 months, I think it was, at Ailey. She trained in dance. That's why she can dance the way that she does in heels and has the adrenaline that she has, not only from her background with just running and singing when she was a kid, but she trained for 4 months. She's like, I want to really understand what it means to be a dancer, to walk like a dancer, to live like a dancer. Like, I want to understand the power of being a dancer. And that's why she respects us so much. That's why she treats us so well. We would get breaks before she would. She would make sure we ate before she did. Like, she would make sure she treated us like the top of the top. Better than she treated herself. Because she trained and understood what we go through as a dancer. People don't get it. Artists, it's great. You're an artist. You're amazing. Vocals, all that. A dancer, our instrument is not our voice. It's not what we're playing. It's our body. So all that we go through as a dancer, half the people, that's why actors are like, oh my God, dancers, I could never do that. They're amazing. Like, we go through hell. Our bodies, they say, as a dancer, you should probably only last about 15 years. Mm-hmm. I've been dancing for 20 years. That's like that. When you hear numbers like that, it's history because our bodies go through so much. And she took time to understand that. And when I say that she honored us and cherished us, we were treated like we mattered with her. And that's what I love about her. And her work ethic, we would take breaks. She would still be up dancing in heels, full out. Full out. No makeup. She wouldn't walk in with sunglasses on, none of that. Like, she just walk in her pure self and go 5, 6, 7, 8 and go in.
Let the dollar circulate.